So this is our New Holland Workmaster 60. Call it a 60 because it has 60 horsepower. We got bucket, hydraulics. Notice the narrow tires. Makes it better for planting and driving between our rows, laying our plastic, etc. We got our ROPS, which is our roll over protection system, which is this bar right there. Our triangle if we want to drive on the road. Nice little toolbox to keep whatever we may need for tools or anything really while you're out in the field. This part here is where we hook up all our attachments. We have our 3-point hitch, and they call it that because we have our 1, 2, and then 3 points of attachment. This is the third one right here. And it's got a little pin so it keeps it held up like that so it doesn't lay down. This is our PTO right here. That's a safety cover that flips up, and then this screws off there. And that's where we hook up any implements like our tiller that need to be turned to run. You know, this will spin the tines on the tiller, so that's what we got there. And this is our drawbar, so if you hook up a wagon or whatever, you can take this out too if you want. There's just a couple pins right there. Slide these out, pull that down, this whole thing will come out. You can make adjustments on here for how long you want it to be. It's pretty. And then if we wanted to hook up like a backhoe attachment, these are your hydraulic hoses for that. Plug them in and then hook it up. Right here you can adjust your arms depending on when you put on your implements. So if you take these pins out, this one and this one comes out, just kind of pop up like that, and then you can pull them out and you can adjust this. So you see right here, there's different, see those that bar sliding in there, so you want it to be wider, you can do that too. So that's nice. They call so this is another nice feature. You can flip this up right here, like that, and then you can pull out these guys. It'd be good if I had two hands right now. So if you're like putting on your attachment, that makes it a lot easier. And you press that down, and then you can, then it goes back up and it locks it into place. These are your balls. There's category 1, 2, or 3. So these can be changed depending on the implement you have. Sometimes they need category 1, 2, or 3 depending on your implement, so typically you'll have a different set. It actually looks like these are ones that are category 1 and 2. See that? That's a larger size. But that's actually even nicer. So that's the back of the tractor. Got your hazard lights. Now coming over here, got our step, and this is the meat and potatoes right here. So I'll throw on the GoPro and do a video here and give you a good insight of what's going on up here. Just looking at it from the side, you can see we have our parking brake here. If you spin it, then you press the brake in and that turns it off. You want to put the brake on, pull it up, and let it rest on the metal like that. Over here, this is our high and low shift. It's got a little high and low on there, and neutral. It's in neutral right now. This guy right here, this lever, this turns on and off our PTO. So that's back here, makes that spin. That guy spins, so if like we're running our tiller, that'll turn it on. You see down in here, next to that, this arm, the bar, there's a little sign that switches it into 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive. So right now we are in 2-wheel drive. Over here, that's our throttle, so if we want to get a little extra gas or power, you can do that. Next to it, that's our brake. notice there's 2 pedals. You can either lock them in so you can press both at the same time, which is your right and left brake, or you can do one at a time. I typically leave it like this. You need that more like singular left or right brake if you're like plowing. So over here we have our clutch. That's how we shift. And then getting up on here, we've got more going on back here. So these do the, like, these 2 levers right here will tell you the depth of, like, if you're running the tiller, you can do like 6 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches in the ground. You can adjust it with these right here. Those 2 levers are for the hydraulics in the back. We're not using those at the moment. So this is our other shifter, H pattern. So when we get up on here, you have everything in neutral. This is neutral, this is neutral, and this is also in neutral. So those 3 levers pretty much control the driving of this tractor. So if you push this up, that's forward. Right now it's in neutral, and then you pull it back, that's how you change it into reverse. So when I get on and I start the tractor, I'll push the clutch in, then throw this into low or high, depending on how fast you'd like to go. And then you pick your 1 through 4, how fast you want to go. Right now it's in neutral. See how it's kind of got that play? It's not really doing anything. So it's an H pattern. So left and up is 1, back is 2, to the middle, to the right, and then up is 3, and then back is 4, just like that. This right here controls our bucket. So back brings it up, forward puts it down, left tilts it down, and then right tilts the bucket up. Then we have our hazard lights there, headlights there. This is just the home button that kind of tells you, brings you to this screen, tells you how many hours, if the oil needs to be changed, your levels, etc. This right here controls how many RPMs we're running at. So you see this is our RPM screen here. We turn that up, that'll help, you'll go fast. You turn it all the way up and you're in high gear, you'll go even faster. Keep it mid-range, you're not going to go as fast. But that's what this pedal controls too, is your RPMs. So when you're running the tiller, you probably have the RPMs up a little higher because it needs more power to run that tiller. That's pretty much a good quick overview of what we got going on here. I'm going to put on the GoPro so you can see kind of how it's done, give you a little walkthrough of how to start it, drive it, etc. Nice day here in Morrisville. So when you get on your tractor, you want to make sure you got 3 points of contact. You want to be safe getting up on there, so make sure you have at least 3 points touching. Grab the wheel. You got this nice handle here to grab onto. He's driving his tractor over there. Okay, once you're on, now you look around, see what you got going on. Okay, so what you need to do when you're ready to start your tractor, you're up here, is push in your clutch. Make sure your parking brake is on. Notice the brakes are locked. They would be closer to me if they were unlocked. I like to bump up the RPMs a little bit, just a touch, before I turn it on. Make sure the foot's pressed down on the clutch. This is in neutral. This is in neutral. See, it's in the middle. This is free. This is in neutral. So now, with your foot pressed down on the clutch, you can turn the key. Now, next thing you do if you want to drive it, you need to push in the brake and spin that parking brake so it goes down in there like that. Notice how the brake is released. It's a lot more free. So now you're ready to go. Before you drive it, your bucket should be down, so now you gotta put it up. Put that bucket up. Pick your low or high. I'm gonna go in low. Shift forward. Pick a gear 1 through 4. We'll go outside, go to 3. Push it forward. Notice it's locked in there. Now if we want to go forward, push up. You want to go forward, now slowly let out the clutch, and we're going. Raise the RPMs, hear that? This is the throttle. Notice right here. So that's what that does. Raise this up, this is in. Now whenever you want to stop or change what you're doing, shift gear, push in the clutch. Whenever it stops it, notice I'm still rolling. Now you can hit your brake. Now if you want to go in reverse, with this tractor all you got to do, put it in reverse. Let go of your brake, slowly let out the clutch. Put the clutch again, put it in forward. Just like that. So that's a simple video on how you drive our new Holland Workmaster 60. See, we got our blinkers. It's a fancy tractor. Hazards right here. Turn the RPMs down, hear the tractor dialing down to an idle practically. Pushing our clutch, practically stops it. Put everything in neutral. Lower your bucket down so it's touching the ground. And then you can set your parking brake. See how that's pushed in? Now you can let go of the clutch. Turn the key, and you're good to get off the tractor. In the same way, maintain 3 points of contact when you get off.